What is up, bros and hoes? It's Asher Optic Midnight, and today I am back with my awesome co-host, Amanda the Jedi.
Yeah.
My name's Ashley. Welcome to
Woo.
Powered Down. Today,
The weekly
the weekly
podcast.
episode. Bro, no bullshit. I bailed on the podcast. I think 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
None of them were your
Yeah, no,
fault,
it's
right?
three. There was three
My
because the one
mom
week your mom
came.
was here, then
Yep.
next week you were like, nah, dog, no explanation. But I was like, she must be going through it. I'll give it a pass. And then last week you were just like,
I've been going through it a
next
lot.
week.
I'm not gonna lie.
It happens.
It's been kind of a crazy time in my life, I guess, to
Yeah, it
say
happens.
the least.
Mhm.
But it's funny because just before we were about to start recording, I was like, "Hey, Amanda, no bullshit this time. Like, let's do this every Monday." And she was
Like, yeah,
the look on her face was
absolutely.
amazing. She was like, "I mean, yeah, like that's what I'm trying to do."
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
So, anyway, how have you been? What's anything cool happened to you?
Nothing major on my end, I think. It's just kind of
grinding
like
out.
just grinding out.
You got your new camera coming? That's cool.
It's on the way. Yes,
On the
it's
way?
I had to take a little bit of a loan. A loan, like I could have afforded it like flat out, but then it would have left my bank account like
A small loan of a
yeah.
million.
So I just somebody was very kind to be like, hey, I can loan you this much money towards it, and I was like,
You
that
gotta
would
pay
be
interest?
amazing. Nope, I will pay you back.
Hell
I will pay
yeah.
you back by June.
Wow.
Because like I'm assuming I'll have funded it by then. But I just had to pay taxes, so I was like, shit, there went the money that was supposed to go to this.
Dude.
But it's all good. Taxes were not as bad as I thought they were gonna be, but I was just like right off city.
Same. My
Right.
move helped me a
Yeah,
lot.
it would.
And then
Yeah,
moving to Texas, I was only been here for the last 2 months of the year or last
yeah,
year, but
but still,
whew.
you can use it. Mine was messed up because I ended up at a situation where they owed me money, and I was like, yo, they still owe me money after all of that? Hell yeah. And then somebody was like, no, in Canada you can't completely write off things like cameras and laptops. You can write them off every year for like up to 5 years until it reaches the 100% because they expect that you're going to use it for a business. And I was like, damn. So then I was like doing my math, and then there's like this whole like, yeah, but for the first year there's like a half year rule, so you can only get like half of what the 20% would be. And I was like, it still worked out that I didn't owe as that much, but yeah, it was like,
it was a scary experience.
Yeah, in my opinion, it's better to owe them money because I feel like they're less likely to try to like look into it and be like, what's going on here?
You want to know what happened to me last year?
What happened to you last year?
I think I like last year. I think I barely owed them any money, because the year before I had made a lot more and I paid so much. Yeah. And then like 6 months later, after taxes were due, I just got a random check in the mail from them.
Yeah, because they're like, you paid too much.
An amount I don't want to say, and I was
so
like,
that's fine. What?
Oh, sick. All right. Yeah. So, and this year's kind of similar because of my move.
Yeah.
It's still stressful. I guess
no, it is.
It did stress me out to just look at everything that I've spent, and now like it's just a stressful thing. It's just stressful.
No,
the whole
I get
move
it.
was really stressful for me.
Yeah.
Yo, is there a guitar behind you?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a guitar behind you, like at your setup.
It's like usually it's out of sight, but my cat almost knocked it over, so I moved it here where it can't move. So it's good now.
My cats love to like. Well, Simba particularly loves to put like his mouth on the strings. I think it like feels good to him.
Weird.
Or he's trying to play. I don't know.
Who knows? Yeah, he's trying to be a twang cat.
A twang cat.
Twang cat. Yeah.
Simba twang. Shania
yeah.
Twang.
Damn. Upload that shit on the internet.
Bro, I know I'm late on this. I actually loved the Yodel Kid meme when it came out. Obviously, some of the remixes were hilarious.
That is literally just such a you meme.
Oh my god, it's literally made for me. That kid is like, I should need to meet him. So like, but yesterday I was like on YouTube, and YouTube's magical new algorithm pushing James Corden and whoever, Ellen DeGeneres. I mean, I love Ellen. Shout out, girl. That's my hero.
But you just can't watch one thing without it just spiraling.
Exactly. So I saw my recommended Yodel Kid Ellen, and I was like, all right, I'll check it out. And
I'll check it out.
I just wanted to see him perform because I was like, he sounds kind of like the camera quality is not the best in the original clip, and then he didn't sound great at Coachella because it's like live mics. I was not a huge fan of his Coachella performance, but he went on Ellen and slayed that shit.
Did you slay on
Absolutely
Ellen?
murdered, and she gave
your
him
word.
like a backstage pass to the Grand Ole Opry, which is where he's like dream performance venue.
Damn.
And he got to go there. He started crying. Walmart gave him like a $15,000 scholarship. By the way, Walmart tweeted me because I like was tweeting about the yodeling kid. I love Twitter. Like, I don't care.
No, Twitter's the best.
Twitter is by far the best social media of all time.
They're so good. They got it.
Instagram is a close second, but wow, I love Twitter.
Twitter's got it. Twitter's got it down.
I love you, Twitter.
Yeah,
I love you.
You're the homie, Twitter.
You're amazing. Like, literally, I love Twitter so much. So anyway, that's up there for like Twitter moments for me. Walmart tweeted me.
Word. I like that. That's fancy.
And a yodeler kid. I mean, if you got time, hit us up. We're trying to.
Yeah, you want to be on the podcast?
I want to start getting like random. Like, obviously, I want to get people we know.
Yeah,
but I want to get like random guests like that.
Yeah, you hit up the yodeling kid, and we'll see if his parents is, cool.
Maybe we have to talk to his parents first.
No shit, Ashley. He's like 7.
So whatever. I'm sure he has a webcam somewhere.
Wow. Do you want to exploit an underage minor, Ashley?
No, I'm just Ellen exploited him, and he had to fly that dude. She like put him in a limo and shit.
Of course, she was gonna put him in a limo. She paid for all that shit,
Dude, I don't care what anyone says. I love Ellen D. Like I don't know if you knew this about me, but I used to want to be a stand-up comic when I was a little kid.
I did not know that.
I was obsessed with stand-up comedy. I would watch it. I immersed myself in it. I was like, I want to do that one day.
Hell
and I would watch. I was like trying to find girl comics. So I was like, is it possible for a girl? I was really young. And I found like tapes from the 80s of Ellen DeGeneres doing stand-up with a motherfucking feather mullet. And she's been my lesbian superhero since, man. Like, I just love her. I mean, I hella knew she was gay before she said she was.
I feel like that happens a lot. There's like a Disney star that just came out as gay, and I was like, who's that? And then I saw them as a kid, Allison Stoner.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I used to see her and stuff as a kid. I'm like, she gay. So then when she came out, I'm like, this was a surprise to people. What?
How does that work? Like, how can you tell a kid is gay? But surely everyone that I ran into as a kid knew. Like, surely. They all were like, oh, yeah, you are.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, is it just how they dress?
It's just like everything. I think it's just like, not obviously there's some people that I believe you cannot tell. I believe that there are people that you can't. But then there's some people that are like, it's how you carry yourself. It's how you speak. It's just how you present yourself out there.
Bro.
You get the swagger. Like, and not even like, there's tons of tomboys that don't give off gay vibes. Because some people are like, oh, you're just saying that because they're a tomboy. And I'm like, no, there's tons of tomboys that do not give off gay vibes in the slightest.
They're straight.
It's just like,
I've met some hella tomboys that I was like, oh,
they're
yeah,
totally
she could be
straight.
gay. And she was just totally straight into guys. And it's fine, girl. Like,
it's
do
fine.
be you. People should be allowed to be you.
Because absolutely. I'm just saying that there's some people there's just like the combination of a few different things, and you're like, hey!
Like me. Very, very much could tell. Actually, I was talking to Hector and Davis kind of recently.
Yeah.
And they told me they had no idea until I came out with it, and I was
there
like,
are a lot of people who can't. Yeah, there's a lot of people who just can't. Hector, I'll give him the pass. I think that's a generational thing. Davis, less so. Maybe it's just the areas he grew up in.
I mean,
he grew up in a lot of southern areas of the United States, so like I'll give him that pass.
I'm not sure if that's, I don't know. I feel like just because I've been like out for so long, like I've literally been out since I was 16, right? So
yeah,
it's just even like having to come out to new people is not common for me because they usually can tell, or like they just know my online presence and it's just a well-known fact, I guess.
Yeah.
But like even like I get messages every day like, wow, I didn't know. I'm like, bruh, have you ever seen me or heard me talk?
You got to put a rainbow in your Twitter name.
Absolutely not. I am not. Although I have stopped swiping on Tinder, I am not that desperate yet. Okay. I feel like you could just tell from my profile picture. Like at least other gay chicks would be able to tell. Like
Yeah,
maybe
other
I
people
don't
are
really
like,
care if a straight guy can tell or not, but you know, if a
you're
girl
hoping
can't
that the other
tell,
ladies can tell.
well, they
If,
can. Like that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. It's so like it's so funny, and I was telling them too, like because you came up in conversation at that same time with Davis and Hector, and I was like, I knew Amanda immediately, and Davis was like, I had no idea about Amanda either, and I was like, bro, how?
Yeah, it's like I was like Anaheim last year that like he said something and then I was just the right amount of drunk to be very blunt about the situation and then Sam
Yeah,
was
he
like, I
told
knew
me. He told me like what you said, and you were like, "Oh, or what'd you say? Like, I'm
I
so."
can't even fucking remember anymore. It was just so like it was just so immediate. It wasn't even just like oh, you know, like I'm taken, blah 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 blah. It was just like immediate.
I am homo.
Yeah, it was literally just kind of like, oh yeah, no, not interested in that, and just Sam was just like, I knew it.
That's awesome. I
And it's
love
like I feel
Sam.
I'm like, was this actually like a bet going on between the like behind the scene? Because Davis is like a matchmaker.
He
Davis
is
loves
Davis.
matchmaking.
Davis is a wingman matchmaker, and I have nothing but respect for him for that. He sees a
I'm like
window, he will
I'm
do
the
it.
realistic wingman. I'm the wingman that's like gonna make sure that nobody's gonna make a situation before I let anybody act on anything. Like I get the dirt. I'm the detective.
Dude.
Davis is the hype beast.
Yes, I have to share this story. It's
Segue.
just
Yeah,
so
exactly.
related to everything we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Conversely, in the same conversation with Hector and Davis and many other people who were there, I
Yeah,
won't
big old
name
group.
any names, okay? People that I work with,
Yeah.
some people that aren't content creators that I work with. We're at this bar, my favorite bar, and in the area. And 2 weeks before this night, I had seen this bartender behind the bar. And she's just one of those girls where, like, she has the swagger that we just referred to. Like, I don't know if it's gay swagger. I don't know what it is. But she had swagger. And
It's some
immediately,
kind of swagger.
I like to say I don't have a type, but, like, I low-key do, bro.
Yeah, I know you do.
Really long
What do you mean?
hair.
What do you mean you don't have a type? You've literally told me types.
I know. Wait, what? Wait. Amanda, you tell me my type and I'll tell you if you're right.
You said it was like you like people with like longer dark hair, just like darker features, not like. But then
Like
recently, I feel like you've gone all against that.
thick ass eyebrows.
You like them thick ass eyebrows.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, not too thick, not like unibrow,
No,
but like defined, you know?
defined.
But not fake ones.
On fleek.
On fleek. Like, have your
Like-
shit looking good. Not
What
really
about
fake
Cara
ones.
Delevingne? What about Cara
Yes,
Delevingne?
exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So anyway, this girl, swagger, all of the dark features we're talking about.
Yeah.
I saw her from so far away too, and I was like my mom is super chill, so I was like, Mom, Mom, look at that girl. And she's like, oh, cool. Like, she's pretty. I was like, you don't understand. Like, like I didn't have any contact with this girl, but immediately I was like,
No.
she's on my radar. This is already my favorite bar, so obviously I'll be back. I need to do some investigative stuff to find out if she swings my way. All right?
Yeah, but you're all really
it's
bad at that,
different.
apparently.
Like for straight guys and straight girls, it's just like, okay, yeah, guy, okay, yeah, maybe we'll hit on
You
him
can
and see.
assume the default
But now,
is
like
that they're
for
gonna be.
us, for me and Amanda's type, okay. What do you mean, you people? I'm just kidding. But for us, like, there's a whole filter that we need to like run girls through to find out if they might be gay too, right?
Yes,
And even then, they might not even be gay.
it's true.
So I go home and the seed is planted in my head. I'm like, she's cool. I would definitely order a drink from her at the very least, right? So I'm back there, shoot back
Ashley
to the.
loves bartenders.
No, I don't. Do I? Oh, I do. There was this bartender at NOLA too who was definitely. She was definitely right. At least a little.
At least a little.
At least a little.
Mm-hmm.
Our gaydar.
Any-
We have pretty good gaydar, I feel like.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not.
Okay,
It's
so
definitely not
anyways.
bad.
Well, this story might prove that it is bad, but anyways, so
Shut up,
So
Jedi.
you're at
Okay,
this
so,
bar.
so I'm there with a bunch of the guys from work, content creators, other people from the office, and I get lit pretty quick. I'm like one or two drinks and I'm good. I don't really need too much. I don't like to get too drunk. It's gross.
can confirm Ashley is like a one drink pony here.
I mean,
Yeah.
my tolerance is going up, but still.
That's good, but still 2 drinks.
So
and
I'm
she's
like
Gucci.
already like I swear one sip and I'm lit. And I'm talking to this guy from the office and I'm like, or I was telling everybody as a group, I was like, yo, last time I was here, there was this gorgeous bartender and I need to talk to her. And they were like, what would she look like and all this type of stuff. And I'm like describing her. And one of the guys from the
Yeah.
office is like, oh my God, I've seen her before. And I'm
Mhm.
like, bro, high five. Like,
Yeah.
dude, right? And he goes,
Yeah.
but the night that I saw her, I was checking her out and she had a ring on. And I was like, oh. You know, immediately I was like, oh, you know, dreams crushed, soul
Yeah.
hurt, snot.
Yeah.
It's
You didn't tell
it's
me
whatever.
that part. You didn't tell me that
did.
somebody else saw the ring.
I swear I did. I swear to Bob I
Okay,
did. But
then
here's
I
what
don't know why
happened.
you're okay.
Because
Anyway,
here's what
keep
happened. Because
going.
there's more. Sorry,
Okay.
I like to tell a really long, drawn out story. I've been
No, I'm
told I'm
cool.
a
You
good
go.
storyteller, but sometimes I do make it a little longer. I'm one of
No,
those
tell
like
the tale.
I'm one of those hour and a half movies that turns into 2.5 hours.
No, it's fine. You tell the tale.
Batman vs Superman. And so there's so many memes right now. Okay, so anyway, we find that out, and then the guy from work asks our current waitress. I missed this part. I guess he described her to her and asked her what her name was, what that bartender's name was, because like she
Yeah.
has some distinct features that
Yeah.
you could point
Just
her
be
out.
like, she gave such good service. We just wanted to like make sure that somebody got like a, hey, this person gave really good service.
No believe that for
Yeah,
sure.
of course.
But we find out her name. I'm not going to say her name, but we're just going to use
call her
the name
Jessica.
We're going to call her Jessica.
Jessica.
That is not her name, just for the record. I just don't
Not
want
even
people to
close.
like find her because people know where I live, and I don't know. But
Yeah, because it'll lead into how easy it is to find her soon. So
yeah.
Jessica. So, anyways,
We're like, cool, we got her name, but we also like shared that, you know, just a comment. It was just cool that he knew who I was talking about. So fast forward after that night to like a week or two later. Actually, this is funny. Also ties into the earlier part. I was actually doing my taxes. I don't do my taxes, but like I was getting a bunch of stuff ready for the person that prepares my taxes for me. And
Yes.
I was really busy. And I just took a shower too. Well, the guy from the office, the homie who we both commonly bonded over this, he was like, yo, I'm at your favorite bar. And our girl is working. And I'm like, yo, I can't come out because I'm doing my taxes. And he's like, bring your laptop, do them here. And I'm like, that's ridiculous, but I wish I could. And he goes, the next thing he says is she's not wearing a ring. Like he checked, like he was there, she was there, he checked, no ring. And I'm like,
no ring.
Fam, sick. Still don't know if she's gay at all, but at least she's maybe openly available.
Yeah.
But maybe also she just doesn't wear a ring sometimes so she can get some extra tips.
Yeah, I told you that. I was like, it's really common for bartenders not to wear any kind of sign that they're in a relationship because like
suckers like me are hanging out, giving her money.
Bigger tips.
Yeah, so I find this out, and here's a common thing that happens. Commonly, I tell him I can't come up because I literally couldn't come up. I was too busy. I was like, damn, missed opportunity. But that night, I was shook. So sometimes, and it's kind of common, usually about once or twice a week, Jenna goes to bed way before me. But I will leave
like a
her
2-hour time difference, and I wake up really early for work. So like, and Ashley can't sleep anymore.
So I messaged, I can't sleep at all lately. I'm terrible. My life is being ruined right before my eyes. So I messaged Jedi. It's pretty common for me to message her like bulk things and then like, you know, kind of like a letter. Like I'll be like, hey, Jedi, this happened and this happened. What do you think about this? And oh my God, I just need to talk to you. And she'll reply to me at length in the morning. And then I wake up and read it. And it's cute. Like that's my homie. Fist pump.
Homie.
Yeah,
homie.
That's my homie.
Yeah.
So I tell Jedi the whole thing that I just told you guys.
Yeah.
And she's like, what's her name? Or something. What did you say?
You told me the name. You told me her name. And then I'm like, you know, doing some stuff. And then I'm just randomly like, what's the name of the bar? And then you give me the name. And then literally, because I checked the timestamp, within a minute, I had her Facebook profile. And I was like, she engaged, dog.
Yeah, like she linked me this chick's Facebook. It's an unprivate Facebook that says where she works.
And I was like, because first I did the person's name and then the location in Texas. And that brought up too many results. And I was like, okay, what's the name of the pub? And then sure enough, one person shows up and they work at this pub. And I was like, maybe there's two of them.
And
but
like, I describe her to you. And
You didn't even have to,
kind
because
of,
I was just kind of like, this is the only person who works there with this name.
yeah, you
And
linked me
then
and I looked and it does say engaged. She's got like kids and
kids,
shit.
yeah. I was like, and
I
then you
was
guys like, I didn't even think of that. And I was like, y'all don't get, she was like, I just don't get to dating in 2018. And I'm like, apparently nobody in Optic does, because that was my first thought. And it's 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm sleep deprived at work. And my first thought was, let's find this girl on Facebook.
I just don't mess with Facebook like that. And I just assume that everyone's like me and has a private Facebook.
No, not everybody's like you. Even if they have it private, you can usually still see things like engaged and then a profile picture. So
I made
profile
my
picture
shit
is her,
I'm unsearchable.
2 kids.
I'm
Yeah, but you are
everything.
unsearchable because like you have reasons to be unsearchable. The average person doesn't care enough to be unsearchable because they want people to find them and have friends. I came out way sassier to
No,
review than
dude,
I meant.
I freaking love.
But,
Dude,
like,
we need to have like a greatest moments of power down. Like
we do.
most of them would involve when you get really fired up. But
Damn, it's all just terrible.
it would be awesome. No, it's not
sending it.
terrible. It's really I just love your passion about things.
Thank you.
You're
Yes,
very passionate. You get
La passion.
angry, you get sad, you get happy. I love that about you.
Thank
So
you.
anyway, yeah, dreams crushed.
But then at least you didn't have to like go and ask her for coffee and have to be like, not only
No, yeah.
am I not gay, I am engaged and I have children.
Good for
Like,
you, girl. Slay
good
all
for
day.
you.
Keep slaying life.
Yeah,
I'm happy for you.
seriously.
But like
Yeah.
in my questions to Jedi, I was like, Jedi, how do I talk to a bartender? Because like they have to be nice to you. They're working for tips.
Yeah.
You know, like there's no way. I just feel like that's an impenetrable wall for me.
Okay, but I asked somebody out who was working at a bar once, and it was like the photographer. But it's just literally what you can do is just.
But
be
like she's not working for tips, the photographer.
Yeah,
right.
But you can just be like, no. But you can just be like, hey, sorry if this comes like, you know, completely. Yeah, there's just ways to do it. Just be like, hey, sorry if this is awkward, but I was just wondering if maybe you want to get coffee sometime. If not,
true. Shoot
no
your
hard
shot.
feelings. No hard feelings. Not gonna be, you know, we can all be adults.
That
here.
is good advice. I mean,
just
it
the way to do it
seems
because
easier to say all that than to do it.
yeah,
But
like I feel like with bartenders, you should at least test the water. But yeah, like a lot of bartenders are just gonna be flirty by nature. But you know, I feel like it's worse at like clubs. I feel like bartenders at clubs are way worse about being like
true.
really flirty for tips and stuff. Like that is the kind of person that unless you kind of run into them separately,
at Whole
or
Foods?
if they at Whole Foods, exactly.
Dude, if I see her at Whole Foods, I don't care. I'm shooting my shot.
Yeah, go for it. That's different. You know. But yeah,
I don't know. I thought it was a funny story though.
But like, it's just some people. Just the issue is that people get weird about it.
What do you mean?
Like, yeah, it can be weird if somebody asks you out at work because then you have to see them a lot if it's like that kind of place. But like, as long as you're not a weirdo about it.
Oh no,
yeah,
don't be a weirdo about it. Like I would just be like if I was feeling the vibe and I was like, hey, by the way, you ever want to like do something?
Yeah.
It's okay, you know. I'm not like you. Kind of, I don't know. You have to go into a situation being like almost expecting to be rejected, or at least
exactly.
knowing that it's a possibility.
Yeah, just be like, sorry if this is like completely out of left field or inappropriate, but I was wondering if maybe you wanted to get coffee sometime. And then if they're like, you know, no, sorry. Like, obviously, it can put them in an awkward situation, but if you ask anybody out, it can put them in an awkward situation.
Oh,
so, like,
yeah.
that's just something you're running the risk of no matter what. But yeah, just don't be that person who comes back. But trust me, like, bartenders are used to getting hit on.
Oh
like,
no, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just don't want to be another person that hits on.
Yeah, I get it. You don't want to be. That's why you be nicer about it. You just don't be like, hey, baby, what time do you get off?
Hey, I like your swag.
Get you off. You know, you don't want to be like that. Yeah.
Jedi said that. This is now X-rated, powered down.
Yeah, that's what people like. You don't want to do that, and there are people that do that. So you don't want to be that idiot, Chev. You don't want to be that idiot. Just go into it normally and expect the rejection, and then you can even do what I did, go that extra step, and even after you get the yes, just be like, hey, if you want, like, it's cool if you want to say no, because I feel like sometimes people panic and they're just like, yeah, hit me up here, and then they have time to say no later. So I was like, hey, like, honestly, no, like, you know, it's not gonna be any hard feelings if you don't want to.
Oh hell no! If she says yes, I'm like, okay, cool.
No, I literally said you can say no if you want. Not like that. That's way creepier. It was more like in a bar, so I was like, you can say no. Yeah, it is.
No, just
it worked
kidding.
out.
Wait, did y'all end up dating or not?
For like almost 2 years.
What?
Yeah, like a year and a half.
That's crazy. She's crazy. Oh,
pregnant
no.
now.
She's pregnant. Crazy and pregnant. What a combo.
Okay, that's mean. It's not. I wouldn't say it crazy.
Okay, yeah.
But
I mean,
we were a bad match. I think she's figured shit out.
I don't know, man. Some of the stuff you told me kind of did make her seem crazy. I won't share, but she's kind of crazy. I'll back you up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, it's fine.
She
It's
won't
cool.
see
We've all
this
been
for
there.
sure.
You don't know
I mean,
that.
everybody like goes through a crazy period. I feel like I went through mine. I was a
I
little
don't think I went
cray.
through a crazy period. I think I went through like a
Poor choices
pa-
period.
like a pathetic period. I
Oh
think I went.
no, that's worse.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it
No,
is.
it's not.
What do you mean
No,
pathetic? Like you were basically begging an ex to get with you or get back with
no,
you?
nothing like that. Nothing like that. I
I've done
can't
that. That's
think.
pathetic. Don't ever do that.
No, yeah, try not to be that
Don't be
person.
that
Oof.
person. Desperate. Desperation never attracts women's.
Yeah,
Ever.
it's true. And then honestly, just a piece of just self like side advice. If they ended the relationship with you, you stand nothing to gain by trying to force them back into that relationship by begging. Because if they give in, it's literally just because you've worn them down. That is not the foundation for a healthy and happy relationship. You will always be waiting for that hammer to drop. They will be totally just like not into it and just stressed about the fact that, you know, like you can't.
Damn,
What's up,
bro, you're
Ashley?
really echoing something I went through a while ago.
Yeah, I know,
Not
and I'm just that's
recently,
what I'm.
a long time
No,
ago.
that's what I'm just saying is that like people just get. I get it. You break up with somebody, and it's like a one-sided decision, and you are not down to break up. You do not want to break up with them. You can maybe be like, okay, is there like an issue that maybe we can work on, or is it completely over? And like if they're like, no, it's like completely over. Do not keep going at them because it's like not going to be good for anybody. That is not the kind of relationship you want to focus on.
I mean, I didn't keep going at them after they said that, but like,
For a
less
bit, you
than a
were like,
year
I
later,
still love
we
you.
like almost got back together, and I immediately was like, "Yes, fam." I didn't
But
call her
yes,
fam,
fam.
but I was like, "Yes,
Let me get the ring.
absolutely." I'm going to the store right now. Don't
Right
leave.
now.
Get the
Don't
U-Haul
leave. I
ready.
ordered the U-Haul.
Order the
Exactly.
U-Haul.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh man, that's
Exactly.
part. That's kind of why I stopped. I stopped with Tinder though. I stopped. I give up.
That's
I
fine.
don't think I'm gonna
That's
find worthwhile friendship on there.
damn.
Um,
That sucks.
Yep. I don't think it's a good idea for friends. Maybe if there's some
Yeah.
type of event happening, like a big gay event.
Yes.
But like the thing is, I'm kind of I'm north of Dallas. There's no
Yeah.
gay community here, from what I can
Austin, I
tell.
believe, is like the biggest conglomeration of gay people in Texas, and then Dallas would probably be the second.
Yeah, Dallas is pretty liberal. There's
Yeah.
a ton of gay bars there. I don't want to go 40 minutes because if I want to go there, I want to drink, and if I want to drink, I have to Uber, and then that's like $100
Yeah.
an Uber.
Yeah.
It's just
Exactly.
I don't even then. I don't know if I want to meet a person in a bar. But I do want to find like people.
No, I
Yo,
get it.
your face just now when I said I don't want to meet a person in a bar after going on about this
Maybe.
bartender.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm just like.
I
Ashley.
live to make Jedi just be like, God dang, dude,
God
what is wrong
damn.
with you?
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. Sometimes
It's
you can
fine.
find genuine love in a bar.
I mean, yeah, didn't you? One time?
Twice.
Twice? Oh my God, dude.
Twice.
That's
Yeah.
funny. Oh
Mm-hmm.
man. All right,
It
I have no
works.
idea how to segue into one of our topics off of this. I thought
Speaking of love and bad relationships, the actress in Smallville just got charged in a human sex trafficking cult.
yeah, she was getting
Best
like
segue ever.
sick segue, dog. I had no
Yeah.
clue how to do that, like sex
Yeah.
trafficking.
So
You know a lot more about this than I do.
yeah,
I know the
Allison
headline.
Mack.
Is this real?
Allison
Is
Mack.
not clickbait? This is
No,
real.
this
She
is
really.
real. Allison Mack, who played Chloe in Smallville, who is the blonde best friend reporter, who
Never
ironically
seen the
had
show.
the Wall of Weird. She's now on the Wall of Weird. So basically, this like I'd first heard about this a few months back when the like cult leader got arrested. So Keith Raniere. It's basically the whole thing started as a group under the title Nexium, and it was marketed as one of these like multi-level not multi-level marketing, but multi-level like self-help groups to mentorship for women, specifically for
Like,
women,
is it for young women or just any woman?
just any woman. And it's
Damn.
specifically so like because for example, one of the other female actresses on Smallville was in for like 5 years or something, Kristen Cruick, who plays Lana Lang. She was in it, but not to that height because it's like a multi-layer thing. So you're going to have the groundwork that kind of works like a pyramid scheme where you're buying classes and learning how to live your life, but it's one of these things that you learn how to live your life in one class, but then you go take another class that costs more money, that type of thing. So rather than just paying for counseling, it's like, and it's like you see this kind of stuff happening everywhere. As you see it happening with like financial advisors or people that are going to try to teach you how to market yourself online. Like there's so many of these groups around there that
like
just
get
operate.
chicks, like those pickup artist dudes who were like, "Yo, bros, if you just come to this,
and you pay
I
money
will
for
show
classes.
you this one tip that gets all the girls. Just come to this class."
Exactly. Like there's seminars and like some of them are fine, but yeah, their purpose in life is to make money from you. And that's pretty much what this was. But Kristen Krueg didn't, according to her, and I'm assuming that they would have very thoroughly investigated her, she didn't get to that length, the height that Allison Mack did. So what happened is that further up this tier of this group, there was a separate one called DOS, which is literally, I can't remember what it fully stands for. I have it in a video that I made, but it basically just like, it stood for man's dominance over slave women. Like is like DOS stands for something in Latin.
What?
Literally what it direct relates to. But the way that it worked is that there'd be like 15 to 20 women at this top peak that were literally they used to use, like they would use blackmail tactics and coercion tactics to get them to like stay quiet and not leave. That would
sounds
be
like Scientology,
to have,
bro, like a cult.
Yeah, exactly. That would be forced to have sex with this Keith Raniere guy. But Allison Mack was also one of those people, but she was like the main woman. So like this dude's like head cult guy.
Wait, she was having sex with the people?
She was also she was having sex with him. It's one of these things that all the girls just have sex with this one dude, Keith Raniere.
Oh my god!
One of those.
Can I Google that guy? Keith Raniere.
Yeah. So you spelled the name. It's kind of looks like it's spelled Raniere. So like Raniere.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. So and they would brand people. And it would like the branding would either be like it would actually, if you spelled it out, there would be a K and an R and then an A and an M. So a K and R for Keith Raniere and the A and the M for Allison Mack. And they would take women into these rooms, blindfold them after they told them to get naked, and would bind them down, told them they were getting tattoos, and then they branded them like with like a pen. It takes 30 minutes to brand them and no anesthetic, just excruciating pain, where Allison Mack was allegedly holding them down by the chest. So it's kind of into this,
pause. How do you get to that point in your life? Like, I get it that cults, I guess, grab you and then you
it's very similar. Yeah, it's very similar to how rehab. It's very similar to how like Scared Straight works. It's very similar to how a lot of these different counseling groups work. They basically will bring you in, and then for like the first session, they kind of deprive you of a lot of times they'll deprive you of basic needs like food and water, and then just get you to say all of these really private and personal things about yourself that you think is like bringing you to some cathartic release, but they're actually using as like blackmail reserve.
Oh hell no.
Yeah, and then you just kind of have this moment where you feel, even though what you are technically is physically and emotionally drained, you feel like you've had some massive breakthrough and that you're a better person for it. But then you're more weak than you were before, so you're buying more of these classes, and it's very similar to how priests as well would go after young children. They would find vulnerable people in situations where like the home lives weren't necessarily perfect, that maybe they didn't have a lot of support groups and people to reach out to, and then they would take advantage of that vulnerability and subserviate it and just slowly work your way up. So my guess is that Kristen Krueg probably was too risky to maybe go after. And while she was there for shyness, she probably didn't seem like the type of person that you could vulnerably take advantage of. I'm guessing Allison Mack's defense is going to push that she's just as much of a victim as these other women, and have like a Stockholm syndrome thing. I don't know how much that's true, because he's going to just argue the opposite and say that she's just as culpable. So I don't know if we'll ever get the truth. But yeah, no, it was like,
how does that guy end up like that? Like, do you think that people can be evil?
I think that people,
like, clearly this is evil stuff that this guy orchestrated.
Yeah, there's different levels of people. I don't like to think that people are inherently bad, but I think that there are some people that are just wired to be bad. And it's like when you get super rich people. Some super rich people blow their money on sports cars, but I guess when it gets to the point where you have all the money in the world, you can be like Bill Gates and make foundations and donate money to people, or like Casey Neistat, where you're just constantly working on new projects, or you can be that psycho who's gonna like buy into human trafficking, I'm 100% positive that like the hostile situations happen where there's like literally people with so much money that they're just betting on outcomes of human life because that's just what gets them off, like guaranteed. So you get to that point, like I just believe that everybody has the capacity. I don't think that everybody has the capacity to be that terrible, but I think that some people are just wired more. There's just different personality types.
True.
It's like
Opportunities present
it's like
themselves.
CEOs tend to have more of like sociopathic tendencies than other people do because that ability to just not necessarily care about people around them as much lets them be more ruthless in a business setting and like advance themselves.
Yeah.
Like, are you gonna like somebody else might be like, you know what? Like Johnny's been working really hard for that promotion. He deserves it. Can't screw him over. But you might be like, huh, fuck Johnny. I'm going for that promotion. You know, it's just like
Yeah,
a
like
toss up.
maybe
So
you blackmail Johnny so you get your way.
exactly. So it's like it's very mixed up. But yeah, if you look into it, it's like really similar to how like different like Scientology works, different religions work, and a lot of like those self-help groups work in like similar ways and how they like break you down as a person. And it's like a very teetering line as to like what's weird cult and what's helping you.
You know what's super weird to me about Scientology, and I won't get too into this 'cause I feel like we've talked about it a little bit before, but like
Yeah.
how many celebrities get into it? And it
Tons.
like I've
A lot of them are
heard
born into it. A lot of them are born
yeah,
into it.
for sure. But even like then, like you had this guy, I forget his name, so I sound like a dumb powered down statistician right now. But the guy who like invented it basically was just a
Yep.
fiction writer before.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
that's all
Because
he
it's not
did. And all of a
real.
sudden he just was like all this shit about like aliens and what do they call like you go in there to hold the things and you're reading
Uh
yourself. It's like a test. It's how you
yeah.
basically start to get in.
But you pay to get further along.
Yeah, it's kind of
It's
like the
literally
pyramid scheme you were talking about earlier.
exactly. It's a pyramid scheme cult religion, and the fact that people try to like defend it as something real is absolutely disgusting
They
and
tell
ridiculous
you
to me.
more too. Like the more you pay, like the more access you get to I guess the
Yeah,
religion. It's
exactly. So it's
so
like,
weird.
yeah, it's actually ridiculous and crazy. And if you look into some stuff, it's like really sinister too. Some of the stuff they do, and like particularly what they do to like kids and stuff, it's like fucked up. And that like they
Buck
buy
wild,
off
bro.
police forces. It's not cool. So that's why sometimes I make fun of Tom Cruise, and this one guy in my comments is always like, "Don't make fun of Tom Cruise. That's not fair." And I'm like, I will fucking make fun of anybody who's that high up in Scientology. Tom
Yeah,
Cruise is fucking
I
insane.
forget who. I don't know if it was Leah Remini or
It was Leah
whatever.
Remini
Who said
said that
he's like a terrible psycho?
yeah, he's like a terrible, terrible person. If you actually like get to know him, he's like he has it in him to be like a monster, but he also would be able to single-handedly shut down Scientology if he ever was like, this is bullshit.
Come on, Tommy. I love you as an actor. Get your shit together, bro.
Jeez.
Come on.
God damn.
I do love Edge of Tomorrow, bro. I'll never get
Yeah,
over
well,
that
that's a good
movie.
movie, but
It's
like
such
a
a good
lot of his
movie.
stuff is just not
Do you
great
feel like
anymore.
you could interchange him and Edge of Tomorrow with another guy?
Yes, absolutely. Anybody could have done that role better than him, honestly. I think lots of
Including
people.
me?
Yeah, Ashley totally could have played Tom Cruise better than Tom Cruise. No, I don't think that his personality or his acting style was particularly like special in that movie. I just think the movie was written well. I think that
Fact.
anybody could have
It's an
played
interesting
anybody
movie.
100% anybody could have played that role. It's not one of those things
Harley
that's
from
like
Epic Mealtime.
honestly, probably.
Hector Rodriguez.
I would love to see that. But if like we're talking
Fwiz.
like actual actors, well, like
Oh,
don't be
yeah.
ridiculous. Like we're talking actual actors. Like I honestly, I'm just trying to think of like, man, Harrison Ford could have done that. Like fucking 70-year-old Harrison Ford could have been that role.
No, I disagree.
He
Draw the
could have
line at Harrison.
fucking. I don't know. There's a lot of actors who could have done it. I don't think there was anything special about Tom Cruise for that performance. But there's a
I
lot of
just
movies that are
love
like
like the
that.
Mission Impossibles too. My dad really likes Mission Impossible, so it's like our thing to go see
That's
Mission
fair. I'm
Impossible in
just.
theaters.
I've seen the trailer for the new one too many times. I'm actually fucking like
Oh,
so
yeah.
tired of it because like I
Yeah.
just can't handle it. But
Yeah, they're kind of like the same formula every time. Like you know what
they
you're getting
are.
when you go see Mission Impossible. But we still go. I don't know. It's just like
That's
it's
fine.
like what do you call those things? Special
It's just
routine
a tradition.
tradition. That's the word.
It's a tradition.
My brain is fried. So
That's
what's up?
okay. That's cool.
Haven't been sleeping well.
It happens.
It happens. I don't know. I
Yeah.
think that's all like really crazy though. So what's gonna happen to this? To go all the way back, what's gonna happen to this sex trafficking lady?
She
She's gonna
is
battle
currently,
the head
well,
guy.
yeah, she's got to go. Like, she's been charged, so now it's just waiting.
Ooh, girl, you fucked up. Wait, how'd they catch her? I want to know how they caught her.
Well, they caught, well, because people started talking. People, like, eventually, that's the same thing that happens in everything else. Somebody starts talking, and you know what? It's really hard to deny something happened when you're fucking branded, and they have brands from like
Yeah.
multiple women.
Right?
Because like once one person comes out, like you using the blackmail against them doesn't really matter when there's like 5 people saying these people are fucking insane. It's too late to put the blackmail out there.
Yeah, and like they can't just say, "Well, they wanted it." Like,
Yeah, no,
it's
because you
too
can
many
say that. Yeah, you
conspirators.
can literally say that like if you have to call somebody and use different tactics to get them to a certain point, like even if they said that they were okay with it, it doesn't count. You can, and you also you cannot consent to being abused like that.
Yeah,
Like you can't, like tattoos are different, but like human branding, that's a very different thing. Because like you can't say, hey, you
human
can punch me in the
branding's
face,
not
that's okay.
legal, right?
It's not, exactly. So
Like
like,
a
and it's
tattoo
like,
shop couldn't be like, "Hey guys, we have a branding." Like,
yeah, it's like, and you can't be like, I consent to you punching me in the face, because that's assault. It's illegal. You can't just, you can't, and you
but
can't also be
you
like, I told him to kill
can.
me. I told him to kill me. Only in a, no, it has to be a professional boxing or fighting session. I couldn't be like, Ashley, punch me in the face, because if they cut the police, you could be,
Dude,
you'd be arrested
yeah.
by
What if
police.
we do our fight, but we don't sanction it, and then you sue me, and then my life is ruined? I mean, I
Yeah,
trust
that's
you, Jedi.
totally my plan. Ashley, look,
I
I'm not
knew
the
it.
one walking
I
away in
knew you
pain in
didn't
that
want to
situation.
fight. You're gonna let me beat the shit out of you, and then you're gonna sue
Bullshit.
me. I
No
knew
way.
it.
Wow.
I still won the fight
Wow.
though.
Let's do it. Let's do it, Ashley. We're
You
throwing
would
down.
you would beat me in boxing. I would beat you in MMA.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Someday.
I swear to
Maybe.
God, bro. We're gonna end up drunk fighting in Anaheim. I swear.
We are. We are gonna end up drunk fighting. And honestly, I like my drunk chances better than your drunk chances.
Are you kidding me? I'm a fucking monster.
I hold my alcohol better than you, Ashley. 2 drinks, like, yo.
How scarily accurate you just were is not good.
It's not.
Yo.
Yo.
Yo, I have to
Jedi.
tell you something.
I have to tell you something.
Jedi.
We should get another one of these drinks.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, no,
Yo.
exactly.
That's literally me.
Whereas, like, I get drunk and wily.
Me.
Like, that Irish spirit comes out, and I'm, like,
Okay.
ready to go.
So, is this your, just in case she does sue me, guys, if we do fight Jedi, it will be consensual, right? A fight.
Oh, consensual sanctioned. It will be officially sanctioned.
By who?
Yeah.
Who are we going
Well,
to
it's
find
got
to
to be. You can't just be
sanction
like, we're having a boxing match here today, sir. It's like, you've got to actually have something that,
this?
like.
So we can't go to an MMA gym and just be like, all right,
That
can
would
we
be
rent your ring?
different. That would be different because that would count as scrimmaging. It's like you can't have a brawl in the streets.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
So we can't
and,
just be in
like,
front of the fountain in the Anaheim
yeah,
Convention Center.
exactly.
Just fucking.
Yeah, but then again, in like a scrimmage situation, I wouldn't be able to I wouldn't be able to get you to a point where you had to like completely tap out. Like I'd
Well,
have to
no,
just
because
like,
we would do it like as if we were doing rounds, and we'd have
yeah,
like
exactly. Like I wouldn't just be
we'd have
wailing on.
cameras.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, bro. I swear to God, if I can take you down, you're done.
I
And
don't know.
I feel like even
We'll
like in
see.
an MMA fight, I could knock you out. I swear to God, I hit
We'll
you
see.
one good time. I'm strong.
Do you know how many times I've been hit in the head really hard and not knocked out? You cannot hit harder than a metal barrier.
I'd believe that, but I'm just saying it's different when you get shot to the temple. Just saying.
Yeah, I got kicked in the temple, and then my
You
head
don't.
hit a metal
Okay,
barrier,
think of all
actually.
these great UFC fighters. They're tough guys.
Yeah.
They've been punched thousands of times.
Yeah,
Right?
but they've been punched too many times now. There's a
No.
threshold. There's a threshold.
No, there's young fighters that get knocked out all the time.
Oh yeah, knocked out for sure. But like, I just don't think
Your
you got that in you.
defense is not valid.
I don't think you got it in you. Is what I'm saying.
I don't think I do either. I'm really not a fighter type of person.
Exactly.
I'm more of a
I
competitor.
would say I believe that you would beat me up before Rachel would beat me up. I don't think Rachel would even try. Rachel would be like, "Let's be friends."
Yo, let's just work this out, bro. Like,
why don't we just get a drink?
yeah.
Somebody likes drinks. Yeah, that's Rachel.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I would mostly just want to fight because I'm a competitive person, not because I want to beat you up. Because you're
Nah, I
like a
feel-
good friend to me. You're a great friend.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're a good friend to me too.
Yeah,
I'm not
bro.
gonna hurt you or anything, but
No,
like,
except for when I do. I will beat you up.
oh damn.
Just saying.
All right. Just saying.
Place your bets in the comments. I think she
Well,
would
it's
win
your
boxing,
channel.
though. Real
It's
talk.
your channel. They're gonna side with you more than they're gonna side with me.
You're just baiting people to put your name now because they feel bad that it's my channel.
Ashley, I'm a fucking Jedi.
What am I
He
thinking
can't
right
fuck
now?
with- I can't use mind tricks over the internet, Ashley.
Come on, see
That is not a thing.
you ask a magician to do a magic trick and they can't.
Yo, I could.
I could.
I could.
Oh man.
Oh man.
What other topics? We had one more, didn't we? That we were just gonna talk about.
There was that YouTuber that fed the homeless dude toothpaste, which
Shitty person.
shitty. If you didn't hear about it, he basically did that prank that people do where they put toothpaste inside Oreos to replace the cream. Fed it to this homeless guy.
Which is, side note, that's funny if I do it to Jedi.
Yeah, exactly. If you
Because
do
I
it to a
know
friend
her
who's
and it's a
on
prank.
playing field- And honestly, I'm gonna know it's a prank and take a bite and realize right away that something's fucked up. This is like a homeless guy that like thought somebody was trying to be nice to him. Apparently, he ate 5 before like noticing that there was something like
because he
not.
thought maybe it was like a mint Oreo. And
Yeah, like
then
a
he
mint
started
Oreo, or maybe he
puking
had
or whatever.
Yeah, he got really sick, and like luckily one of the bars that usually lets him in to like use the bathroom and stuff like helped him out and that. But this guy literally it counted as poisoning him, and he could potentially face 2 years in prison and like a $30,000 fine, I think. No, he offered the dude 300 euros to stay quiet.
You know
so,
what?
But yeah,
That's
he
so
carries a fine of actually it's 300K, no, 30K that he could be fined in euros and 2 years in prison. And I hope he gets both, honestly. He probably won't get the prison time, unfortunately. He'll get like community service or probation, but
as if there's not enough problems that homelessness or homeless people face. Also, I want to point out that I hate when this happens because it makes like YouTubers look bad. And I'm not saying that YouTube is a perfect platform with perfect creators and everyone on here is awesome, because there's certainly some shitty creators. And it makes me sad that like a lot of the popularity has gone towards like these types of like maybe this guy felt like he had to do something above and beyond so that he could succeed, because
it's just a fucking dickhead.
A circle of shittiness, right?
You know what? Like, if you wanted to make it a prank, you feed him one and be like, "Oh, mate, so sorry. You know, here's a pizza. Here's a pizza and $20. Sorry, I messed with you." That would still be terrible, but like letting him eat 5 of them and then
that homeless guy should. Well, did he sue him or did he get criminal charges on him? Because that homeless guy should fucking sue his ass.
Yeah, we'll see. Like, it's just the act in itself is a crime against moral integrity. So that itself carries a fine that would just go to like the wherever he lives. So
could have killed him.
Could have killed him. So that means he could probably sue separately.
Yeah,
but it's like he probably won't. That's the thing. He probably won't unless somebody approaches that guy being like, "Want to sue this guy?" Like,
call Saul Goodman.
Sue that guy. Yeah,
sue him.
But
I will start a GoFundMe for his lawyer. Let's sue this
seriously.
Kid.
No, it's so fucked up.
Wait, how old is the YouTuber kid that did that?
Like 23 or something. 22.
You know better.
He's young.
Sue him.
Yeah, he knows better. It's like my issue, like you said, like it's not that, because people when they make stories like that, they say YouTuber does this.
Yeah.
And like, you know what? And that makes all YouTubers look bad, even though there's just like a handful of people that suck. It's like, you know, when actors do bad things or like TLC shows get exposed for something, people don't shit on all of television. People don't just say, well, what do you expect? It's television. No, they shit on that program, maybe that station.
Conversely, if NBC, some show, I don't know, American Idol has a host named Bob, and Bob is getting mad money from American Idol, and he's one of the big parts of it, and he promotes it. But then Bob does some really dumb stuff in his personal life like this. Bob gets fired.
Yeah,
YouTube,
exactly.
You can't fire.
Yeah, that's true. That's the other side, that you can't fire them. But you know what? You can't. Honestly, his channel should be removed because that's causing physical harm to another person. It goes against what YouTube says they're trying to avoid, which is clickbait.
It's against the terms of service. Gotta be.
Against the terms of service. Like, his channel should be removed.
Yeah.
Exactly. He committed a crime for YouTube on YouTube and poisoned a guy. Like, that's so fucked up. And like, that's my thing. Do not do things to homeless people at all. Don't include them in your social experiments. Don't do anything unless it's like just being nice to them. You know? Giving them food, giving them money, giving like having like, please stop using homeless for your fucking YouTube videos. Like, it doesn't matter if you're trying to be positive about it or negative about it. Like, unless you're the type of person who goes to like a soup kitchen a lot and like volunteers and you're just trying to raise awareness for that, don't do that stupid shit like, oh, we followed this homeless guy around to see what he was going to do with blah, 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 blah. Like, don't fucking do that. That's a person You don't know them. You don't know what their life's been. You don't know what their life is. Like, stop trying to capitalize on people's hardships.
Yeah, I
You know?
agree big time. Like,
Mm-hmm.
the only way that I think it's like, I guess, acceptable is like, do you know Gina from PvP, BF vs
Yeah.
GF? Um, love her channel.
Mm-hmm.
She recently actually did a video where I think this was like, it was mostly like on Snapchat that she was showing, or like cell phone footage. So this was clearly not like an intended thing. She was out,
Yeah.
like, she got a little lost while she was out, and she ran into this lady who needed help. And so she kind of helped her. She didn't really show the lady's face, but she just told like this lady's story and showed how she helped her.
Yeah.
And like, it wasn't like a, oh, look at me, I'm so awesome thing. It was more like a, I took a chance to be positive and now I'm sharing it, hoping maybe you guys take a
Yeah. That's a
piece of
good way to do it.
positivity. Yeah, like
That's a
that
good
is,
way to
I
do
just wanted
it.
to point that out. That's a good way if you did want to do
Yeah.
that, to do it.
Exactly.
But it
There's
wasn't
just
planned. Like, it wasn't like, okay,
no.
let's go find a homeless person and then
Yeah.
like talk to him. And
so many people do it in a planned way that is
so
just
gross.
like, it's gross. It's gross. So
It's gross.
yeah. So this whole situation's gross.
Grody. I hope you get the book, bud.
Yeah, same. Like, really, really do.
I'm not saying I've made the best life choices at all times throughout my
But I-
life,
that
but
would
I've
not have
definitely never
ever-
done anything close
That never
to
would.
that.
That would not cross my mind to do anything like that to a homeless person. Like
giving your little brother an Oreo with toothpaste in it is funny.
it's funny
because
he's gonna notice
immediately he's
right
like,
away.
"Oh my god!" Well, not if it's a mint Oreo, because them shits exist.
Yeah, but like the consistency is not the same. Toothpaste
True,
is not the same
true.
consistency as the cream inside an Oreo.
And the homeless guy probably like doesn't know. He's just like,
He
"Oh,
wouldn't
okay,
know.
food."
Yeah, like
Or like,
seriously.
here, this stranger's sitting here. I don't know. It's super weird,
Yeah.
bro. Not a good look.
Or like I said, I didn't watch the video, but like, what if he was just like, "Oh, you don't like them? Like, aren't you gonna eat them?" And like maybe, like,
Yeah,
what if
you never know.
It's just messed up, man.
Not good.
Hate it. Hate it.
Dislike.
Dislike for sure.
You know what I do like?
What do you like?
Offering
Advice.
people advice. Usually Amanda's advice is a little more
Yeah.
solid than mine. But
We got some stuff this week, honestly.
woo, in your email?
Yeah.
I retweeted it. Hopefully people sent you
Yeah.
some shit.
It's good. Yeah.
How can we help? How can we help you? Oh, by the way, I do want to preface this by saying we are not professionals, okay? I barely know what the hell I'm doing. So don't listen to this advice that we're about to give as like, oh, these chicks think they know everything about life. But like, we're just here to help you. Maybe if you're going through a
Yeah.
similar problem with, you can relate, or at least relate
Yeah,
to our advice,
exactly.
or just
I
have a
like-
good time listening.
Yeah, I think we're pretty honest when there's a situation that we're like, I really don't know.
Yeah, like, bro,
All
you
of this-
gotta figure that
Yeah.
out. You gotta
Yeah.
take
First
that shit
one
to the trash.
Yeah, first one is from Twitter, and it's basic, and it's my friend here. A DIY for trumping self-doubt and depression. And this is hard. This is a weighted question.
Yeah, I'm gonna need also advice on that too.
Yeah,
So
I think for him, I know recently, I think he's had some struggles in the competitive Call of Duty scene personally.
oh, you know this person personally?
I do know this person. This
Oh.
guy's really okay. Do you know the person from? I'm not worried about saying personal details about them because like they asked on Twitter.
Yeah, I was gonna
publicly.
say this is a public post.
But he's the one from the Vision episode that I helped film Manola that's holding his jersey and going like this, like right when it's
Oh, I
titled
know you're
Vision.
talking about. He wears glasses.
Yeah. Yeah, he's so cool. Him and his fiance now, so cool.
Shout
So
out.
honestly, first I just want to say I know that you're one of the most positive people I've ever met. Like you are just really good. I'm gonna like tear
God,
up. I hate it when
Jedi.
people.
God,
I hate it when people.
Jedi's tearing up.
I tear up when
Jedi,
it's like
I'm
when
gonna
I feel
cry
like I
if you
know
cry.
somebody. I tear up when I'm like, you're such a positive person, and you're like so good at making people feel good about themselves that you need to like shut down that self doubt. Here I am tearing up. I'm
God
tearing
damn it!
up.
I'm gonna try
I don't know
to
why I'm
save you
tearing
from
up. I'm
this by
tired.
talking. I'm gonna try
I'm,
to
like, tired.
save you by
Yeah, no,
not
it's
being
cool.
a stable rock right now.
Yeah, we're cool, but like it just makes me sad when people that are just so positive
Same, bro.
are dealing with
Bad
sad.
things happen to good people, and it pisses me off.
Like
what
honestly,
the fuck?
there's like when sometimes you gotta look at it as like when a certain closes, like maybe another one will open, or it
Yeah.
just opens an opportunity for different opportunities or like a different path. Like don't doubt yourself just because this one thing didn't work. Like honestly, I've gone through like so many different stages in my life where I was like, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. And then like maybe things don't work out and you start having self-doubt. I'm actually dealing with a situation right now where I'm being criticized for something that I personally do not agree with. And I'm like,
I
maybe
disagree
I
as
am.
well.
thank you. Like maybe I am bad at doing this thing that the
No,
person says, but I just
you're
okay,
not.
Thank you.
Jedi.
Thank you.
Don't
Dude
ever
just
think
sucks.
that. That guy
Okay.
doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Word. But
bitch.
yeah, so honestly, bitch. But yeah, Trump thing, like the self-doubt thing, I think sometimes you're going to experience it and it's really hard to get over, but you just got to start looking at the more like the positive things and like the fact that there's might just be a different plan for you and there's just something a different direction you need to take, and maybe this isn't the end of what you're doing, it just might be the end of this particular like chapter. And like I said, just because
Honestly,
this didn't work out.
it's good to know than to not know. So it's good that you put your foot forward and you tried something that you really want to do. But I think maybe everyone knows when they try something, maybe this
Yeah.
won't work out, but at least I'll know I tried. So if you can find comfort
Yeah.
in that also, and like know that you tried your best, so that in 5 years when you're thinking back, you're like, man, I wish I would have gave that a shot, but you did.
Yeah.
So
You did.
and
You know.
people learn the most from their failures.
It's true. And like there's no reason why this is something that maybe you can give another go at, It's like when it's at that level and you're just kind of like going to different events by yourself, there's no reason not to just be like, oh, we're going to get a team together, go through the open brackets, see what happens, get some pro points, have some fun on the internet, all that kind of stuff. But like, don't let that be your self-worth if it doesn't work out, because that is not who you are or what you are. That is just a portion of something that you're doing in your life. That does not define you as a person. And
Damn,
don't let it
Jedi.
define you as a person.
Jedi popping
So
off with the realness right now.
the realness. So
Woke.
you shut that down and you find, like, honestly, I could see you being like a great like motivational speaker. So like I know you right now you're dealing with some self-doubt and stuff, but like maybe try like coaching people, maybe try making videos about dealing with certain situations and just like positivity. Because like I said, you are such a positive guy. Because like when he was talking to me at an event, he was all like, oh, you guys do such an amazing things. Like you capture moments in people's lives and their excitement. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm not important like them. He's like, but you are important. Like, you're so important. You don't realize it. And I was like, thank you so much.
You're a piece of the fucking puzzle, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna tear up again. You're a good person.
Jedi,
So it
I'm
makes
gonna
me sad
fucking
that you're
cry
sad.
if
I don't
you
know
cry.
why.
I'm tearing up too. What the hell? I've never cried on the
Okay,
internet before.
I tear up for like 3 situations. I tear up when I'm frustrated, and I
Right.
tear up when there's something like
Feel goody kind of, or like
feel good.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like sometimes before movies, I get myself emotionally primed to go to the movies, and like the Coca-Cola commercials, I'll be like, damn, they all came together as one.
Turn your
Luckily
cell
now-
phone off before
Luckily
the
now, yeah. No, luckily now it's this really annoying Diet Coke commercial, so I don't have to worry about it. But some of them are just like feel good commercials about like
Yeah.
communities and shit. So like, I don't know. You're a good person, and you just so focus on things that you love. Focus on the people that make you happy. Just focus on the things that make you happy, and just go forward with that, and just keep that positive attitude, man. And I'm sure it will get better, and you will find your path.
Yeah.
Damn. All right. We got more.
All right.
All right.
Nailed it.
Past this, girl. Past the emotions.
All right. Stable Rock here to say, hey, next question.
Yeah, a really basic one that we can kind of like, that's not emotional. Just somebody asking about what's the best vlogging camera or webcam to use under 1K. Need to get skits looking premium. For under $1,000, your best bet is probably going to be like a Canon G7X Mark II or like a Sony RX100. Once you get into things that need like separate lenses and stuff, like the body of this, you could probably get a setup that is less than $1,000, but to get a lens that's going to make things like look pretty decent, you're looking probably at close to like $1,200, maybe a little bit less. But I would say like, because then you need the external microphone to make it like, either way. If you're looking for something that has a lens, like a detachable lens, I would say look at the Canon 70D or the 80D, maybe one of the Sony models. Honestly, I don't know too much about the lower end Sonys. Like look into those. Otherwise, like that point and shoot, if you get like some, even if you don't have great lighting, they're just really handy.
Yeah, I have the G7X and I like it. I have thought like, man, I want something better because I want to look like a little bit better. But honestly, for me, like the price is not worth that little bump unless I was really trying to go in with like cinematic stuff.
Yeah, like if you were looking at a budget over 1K, I'd say go for it, get an L series lens. But if you can get like one of these cameras and like a fixed lens, like a 50 millimeter or something, and then you can kind of work with that. That's something. But I would say that your best bet at that price point, it's still gonna be a point and shoot.
Yeah.
So let's get into some more serious advice.
Yes.
All right. So, hey, so I'm talking to this girl for maybe a week and I want to get to know her, but she doesn't talk that much. She one words me or she sounds interested, but then she goes back to one wording me and all I want to do is talk and get to know her. I asked her out for dinner and she said, and she didn't give me a yes or no that she wanted to know me a little more, but how am I supposed to make her have a simple conversation with me if she doesn't talk? I like this girl a lot. And I just need help on conversation tips or something. Honestly, I'm going to be real here. Sounds like she is not interested.
Yeah, I would move on. Don't waste your time. Because,
Yeah, if she's either trying to make you work for some reason that is unnecessary, just like, I honestly think her saying, I want to get to know you a little bit more is like a way of dodging having to say no.
wait, the girl told them they
the girl
want to
said,
get to know you?
I said, I asked her out to dinner and she didn't give me a yes or a no, but that she wanted to know me a little bit more. But how am I supposed to have a, you have like, she
How
basically
does she
said,
not know you if you're talking to her?
That's what, well, more.
Or
But like, that's what I mean. If she was interested in getting to know you, probably talk to you more, she'd make that effort.
Yeah, trust me. Okay, I'm going to say something that you're not going to like. And I've been in the same situation, so don't feel bad. People are never too busy to talk. It is a matter of priority. Okay, yes.
Yeah,
but it is a matter of priority.
It's true.
If you're going to prioritize this person for conversation, but they're not going to do the same for you, you're never going to feel good.
Yeah.
Trying to do that, right? There's nothing that you can force to like make a person like, yeah, if you have like, maybe there's a girl who like genuinely does have a thing for you, but she just is really busy all the time and it happens.
Yeah.
But like, you can tell when they make an effort, because if they do have a spare second, maybe they're like, hey, maybe I should message this person because I do want to get to know them.
Exactly.
It sounds like maybe this person tried to let you down too easy.
Yeah, because like honestly, dinner or coffee is how you get to know somebody better.
Yeah.
So, like maybe go for dinner, maybe not dinner, but maybe instead of asking to go out for dinner in the future, ask for like coffee, because I feel like it's less commitment. And honestly, some girls I've noticed have like issue eating dinner with somebody on a first date. They just don't want to do it.
Same. I would, yeah. If I was gonna ask someone out, I'd be like, "Hey, coffee, little conversation, maybe see what's up." It's not too much of it's less expensive. It's not too much of a time commitment, and you can pretty much know right away at coffee if you're going to want to learn more about them.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a little bit more casual, easier, because you buy the coffee when you get there. So if something's not working out, it's really easy just to disentangle from the situation. Nobody's waiting for checks or anything awkward like that.
And then like, who's paying or like, ugh.
Yeah, so like it's just a lot easier to do coffee. And then again, if you want to be the gentleman who pays or something, if you want to go ahead and do that, it's cheaper on your end. Won't make her feel as bad, but then you can get an idea whether or not she's gonna be like, oh, for my coffee, it's fine, and then you can be like, no, it's fine.
But if this person doesn't even want to make time to like text you or whatever, they probably aren't just interested.
I'm gonna say that if like, I'm not saying that you can't get somebody to a point where they're like, oh, you know what, like that person is actually really nice, and I will give them a chance. But honestly, if you've been trying to keep conversation going,
I hate that if they don't. If I hate trying to. I don't even do it. If they try to converse with me and they're just one-wording me and I want to talk to them, I'm like, oh well, I get the vibe. Peace, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
It's too bad,
but not worth it. So that is, I know that's probably not it's not the advice you want, but I do not think that she's worth the trouble.
Yeah, because you're like I said, if you're trying to like when you want to have a good conversation with somebody, you don't want to have to be the leader. Yeah, like it should be a mutual cool convo.
Yeah, because honestly, the best relationships I've ever had are where like there's just been that connection that like you could just talk for hours and hours right from the gate, from the gate.
Right from the gate, Amanda.
Right from the gate, that person is like interested in having a conversation with you. And I'm not saying that you can't have things that like trickle over time, but you're like, oh, well, I was friends with someone for years and then we started dating. Like, yeah, but you were friends for years, which means you got along well enough to be friends for years before the feelings might have surfaced. But like when it's just that instant thing where you're like, I want to pursue
something
dating that
different
person
about you.
Yeah, so like right now, honestly, the way that you're making it sound, if you actually haven't had a deep conversation with her, what you like about her is probably on the shallow spectrum. I'm not calling you shallow, but I'm just saying you probably like the way she looks.
Damn,
maybe you like the
really
things she's into.
Down.
It's just like, because if you can't even have a good conversation with
if you haven't had a deep conversation with somebody, you don't know that you actually like them.
Yeah, I always try to
imagine. That's why I get like confused when like, well, I don't know. I guess I'm guilty of this too because
everybody is a bit
like there's like celebrities or like a person that is unreachable for me that I'm like, wow, she seems so cool. And like, I would love to be friends with her, hang out with her. Inaccessible though, right? Even though I'm verified on Twitter and I can pop up on anybody's phone.
It's true. You can.
It is not easy to
No.
force your way into somebody, right?
No, but you're just like with celebrities, especially, you're just into the persona that they put out
Yeah,
there.
you
or the
don't
character
actually know
they play or
them.
the look of them. And that's the
Yeah.
thing. You like if she's not willing to have a conversation. I always try. Like, imagine if it was somebody you were trying to be friends with, just friends. If they weren't answering you, you wouldn't be putting in the effort anymore. Because like, what's
Yeah.
the point of putting in the effort? So I think
Yeah.
you need to look at it more like that.
Exactly.
So yeah. Let's see the other. This is another basic question. We're gonna like stagger the deep stuff with the basic stuff here.
Good.
How has your week been? And do you plan on attending COD Champs this year? Do you follow much competitive COD? And what's your favorite single player game of the year? I don't know about COD Champs yet. I am
How
not
are
hyped
these
about
advice
Columbus.
questions? Or these are just
I don't know.
questions?
It's just a question, but it's a good thing to just kind of shove in there. Do you
Uh,
plan on attending Champs?
it's in Ohio, which is disappointing in my
It is
opinion. I do
disappointing.
understand the logic. It's kind of
Totally
in
understand.
the middle. It's a cheap flight for a lot of people.
Not me.
Probably a cheap. Really, it's like not that far from
It's
you.
more expensive to fly
it's a smaller
to
airport.
Ohio than it is to fly to California by
Yeah,
like $300.
because it's like a smaller airport.
Yeah,
less
that's
flights.
my guess. So it's not lit, fam.
It's
But I
not
get
lit,
why.
fam.
It's not lit, fam.
Well, maybe
yeah,
you'll
I
be
like watch
commissioned or something, or someone
Yeah, if I
in
get
the
commissioned or
company
if there's
would
a-
pay for your travel
Yeah.
at the very least. You
Yeah,
know,
at
to
the
shoot
very-
the
yeah, it's
events.
just
For
any-
you wouldn't even charge for that. You're
No,
just
I would not.
you
I would
know,
not charge. Just
try
get me
to
there.
get
I'll
her
find
there.
a piece of carpet to curl
She'll
up and
sleep
sleep
on
somewhere.
someone's floor.
I'll sleep on someone's floor, 100%. So
Anyway.
you just gotta get me there.
I want to go to Champs if it seems like a good idea.
Yeah, agreed. Then we got
My week was average, ups and
Mine was
downs, like my life the last 6
Same.
months.
same. It's only Tuesday.
No, I meant my week before. The
oh,
week
yeah.
so far is like I've came to the realization about a lot of things, and I'm just
That's fine.
gonna.
I
I
understand
know
that you're making the
what
right choice.
that I'm making the right choice, and
But
that
it
I'm,
sucks.
but it sucks, and I'm doing the right thing at the right time, right now, for now,
For now.
for now, for now,
For now.
for now.
Let's see. I guess the other two are just their streaming questions. If you wanna,
Are they
They're not
ones we've
related.
answered before?
kind of.
Like, how do I get big? What
Like, some of them are
motivates
like-
you to stream?
What's your biggest advice on keeping people engaged with your streams? It's just talking to them, really. Just
Communicating.
communicating, finding ways for them to like engage with what you're doing if that's possible. Like, I guess a lot of Fortnite and Destiny. Like with Fortnite, try to maybe do things like you guys get to pick what I run. Like, what if I pick something up or not? Like, am I running like nothing but shotguns and impulse grenades? Am I only running impulse grenades? Like, what am I doing?
How do you
That's a-
run things though? Because you just find shit.
Yeah, but let's say you find something and then you, like in the beginning, yeah, just pick up whatever you can, kill who you can. But then when it gets down to looting, it's like, okay, so I got this blue shotgun, I got a sniper, blah blah blah, all this stuff's filled, and then okay, on the ground here, there's an LMG and a sniper. Do I ditch something to pick up the LMG? Do you only want me to use this LMG for the entire match? Like, stuff like that.
Yeah,
Like,
that
it's-
makes sense.
You can kind of engage people.
like get
a
them
little
to
bit
pay
like that.
attention a little bit.
Yeah, getting them to pay attention. I think that's probably one of the bigger things to do. Obviously, it's going to be hard when you're streaming a game that has that many viewers to pick up newer viewers. But yeah, that's
Cool.
That's probably the best advice I have. No more relationship advice though. Unless we want to go over to the one Reddit.
The relationship Reddit.
The
If there's a
relationship
lit
subreddit.
one from like today, like what's a top one from like today from the relationship
Let me
one?
have a quick gander.
I think like streaming particularly, you just have to practice it and do it a lot. I mean,
Yeah,
You'll get
I've got
better at
I've got a really
interacting?
good one,
Oh
but
my
I think it's
God.
a bad one
No.
to do on
Yeah,
stream.
what do you
think it's
mean?
Because it's
Sexual?
It involves somebody. It's sexual and involves.
Wait, your mic just cut out. It involves what?
Oh, never mind. I won't say it then. It's just.
Yo!
It's just
The mic gods knew to cut
the
that
my
out.
gods knew.
Dude, I'm
Um,
pissed at you.
I'll tell you. Well, maybe we'll just discuss it after.
Dude, the people listening are going to be furious with you, bro. I'm just saying.
Good. They can ask me about it on stream. Maybe I'm streaming right now when you're watching this.
Yeah, maybe.
Ooh, the bait.
Debate.
Well, there's one about how can I tell my girlfriend that she's being a little annoying without hurting her feelings?
Whoa! Define annoying. Like clingy? That would annoy
Or
me.
let's see, an ex coworker spread a rumor that I claimed a male coworker sexually harassed me. Now everyone thinks I'm a liar. Let's
Yikes. I don't got
let's
advice
go
for
with
that.
that. Let's just go with that first one,
For
and then I
real?
might have
Can you
one that.
censor it?
No, the second one. The how can I tell my girlfriend that she's? I'll tell you. You'll
Yeah, what are
understand why you don't want.
why is she annoying?
Okay, so my girlfriend asks me for advice on about every single aspect of her life, from
Oh
work to
no.
school to her relationships with friends. This in itself is no problem. It's a good feeling to know that she values my advice, and I usually try to answer as I can. But then she will question everything I say, meaning the words, the tone, and even my facial expressions while answering too. So most of the time, it will go something like, "Hey, what would you do in my situation?" "Well, I would probably do this." "What do you mean by probably?" "Well, I'm not in your situation, but I'm fairly certain that I would go about." "So you're not 100% sure?" "Well, I'm very sure about this, but in the end, you have to decide yourself." "Wait, so you say I shouldn't do this?" And so on. It just sometimes gets a bit much since I feel
She
like I'm
wants
constantly dealing
she wants a
with
life
her.
guide. No way.
Yeah, I feel like she probably just seems like she has anxiety
Yeah.
with her things, and also uncomfortable making her decisions for her. So I get a bit annoyed and tell her I don't want to do this right this second, or that she could try to figure things out herself sometimes. This in turn gets taken apart with questions too, and constantly leads to arguments. So my question is, how can I go about telling her that she's being a bit too much without coming across as angry or insulting?
Bro, that's
Oof.
hard because, like, on one hand, I think it's awesome. The best part about relationships is telling each other everything and navigating their
Yeah.
lives together, offering advice, or just being there to listen. Maybe you don't even have to tell them advice, just
Yeah.
be there to listen to them.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah. I
But
think
yeah, if she's
maybe.
like, babe, I don't know what to do. Like Jessica said this, and like, or maybe it's not even that like surface
And then
level.
it's
Maybe
just,
it's
well,
like,
it's
I don't
just
know
kind
what to
of
do at
like,
work about this, and it's like, well,
well, you made a weird face there. Are you sure that's what you do? Like, not what you do? Like, I think say word it in a way with a positive phrase. So like maybe just be like, you know what? Because you mentioned that it makes you feel you feel good that she's like comfortable coming to you for advice. So you can be like, you know, I love that you value my opinion so much. You feel like you can come to me for advice, but I feel like instead of just taking what I tell you and mixing it with what you know more about the situation and kind of coming to your own understanding, like you just dissect every little thing that I say as if you want me to be the one making the decision
yeah,
for
or
you.
like she wants advice, but then she picks it apart. That would annoy me.
Yeah,
Like I would just
exactly.
say, "Hey, man," like I think well, I wouldn't say "Hey, man" to the girl I was dating,
Yeah,
but I'd be
hey
like,
man.
"Hey, dude, bro, I
Yeah,
would do this if I was you. What do you think?" Well,
yeah.
nah or yeah or well, I don't know if that's a bad idea. And it's like, well, what the fuck, dude? What do you
Well,
want?
yeah, it's like, well, okay, well, let's like, why do you think it's a bad idea? And blah blah blah. It's like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you got to make the
But even then,
decision
you're
to
why
do
are you
it.
arguing on her behalf but not for
Yeah,
your behalf? It
yeah, like
is weird.
yeah,
But I think like what you should do maybe is just like communicate to them. Like I think that communication is really key. Like if I'm annoyed in a relationship, you'll know
hmm
pretty quick.
yeah.
Not you, like everybody, but I mean like the person
No,
I'm
you're
dating.
the
I'll be
person.
like,
Yeah,
hey, like this is weird vibes. I don't like that part. And then
yeah,
we figure it out. Like,
yeah. I would say definitely do it before she comes to you for any advice, because it's going to be really hard to come at her criticizing what she's doing as she's doing it.
yeah,
Just be like, hey, you know, I just kind of want to talk about, you know, like last night or whatever, you were asking about this, and I just want to let you know that like this is how I feel about, you know, how, you know, you ask me for advice, which I really value, but then I feel like you kind of like dissect and over, like I feel like you want me to make the decision for you, and the fact you just kind of like tear everything apart as it's going. And I just find that it's like it's really like taxing, you know, or just,
yeah.
and like, you know, I honestly, it sounds like she has anxiety, so like maybe you should like address that with her and be like, hey, you know, like you seem to have like just you really struggle with like making decisions, and it just seems to get you so worked up.
Get
Like, have you
anxious
tried
about
talking to
stuff.
somebody about it? Yeah, have you tried talking to somebody about it? So like that's another thing to do for sure. For sure.
Damn, bro. What's like the
Hmm.
top comment say to do?
Let's go see.
Probably everything we just said because we are life professionals and we
We are
never have
life
done anything wrong
professionals.
ever. And
Uh, let's see. Yeah, one of them said, "Does your girlfriend have mental like?" That was my first thing when I was
like
reading. I even said
anxiety.
it out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah. that it's reading your description of her interaction. Sounds like she's coming to you, literally expecting you to tell her what to do and make the decision for her, which
Yeah.
is what I said. And then she's anxious about doing the wrong thing, which is why she
Yeah.
gets so obsessed about it. And then the other top comment is, yeah, literally saying like trying to come at it with the positive first. So like come at it in a non-accusing way, being like, it, you know, it's really great that you value my opinion so much that you come to me for help with things, but then talk about like how it's becoming a negative at the same time. But yeah, like anxiety is the big thing.
Yeah, maybe like you just gotta have a come to Jesus talk about that.
Yeah. Then there's like the third sassy comment.
Don't
that would
tell her
drive me
she's
insane.
annoying.
Yeah, stop playing her game of 20 questions when she says, "What do you mean by probably?" Take out the dictionary, read her the definition of the word.
Damn.
No.
Those guys have a lot of girlfriends.
Definitely. I don't know. Her name's American Girl.
Maybe she has a lot of girlfriends. We don't know.
We don't know. We don't know. Yeah, do we have time for another one or what do you
Yeah,
what
if
are
you got a
thinking?
good one, let's go. One more.
Me with my ex ended back in September. So, oh wait, there's this two-parter. Why was that? Okay, hi. I just noticed that my long distance GF has deleted all but one photo of me or things I've written about on
Oh
Instagram.
boy!
Using me and one of her
It's
dogs with the
over!
caption. Yeah, but then there's a second part because the actual question acknowledges that it's the ex. So the one photo that is left
Wait,
is just me.
hold on. I'm sorry, I yelled and I didn't.
This
I
is like a
missed part of it.
two-part question. This is a two-part question. So like it linked back to one that they had originally wrote, but it's really short. So we're just gonna do both. So yeah, basically it looks like that they broke up. So about 2 weeks after I made that post talking about how she deleted all the stuff on Instagram, she ended up dumping me. So I wrote her a little paragraph about what I liked about her and that I hoped someday she would find someone that could give her what she wanted. Don't do that.
Ever.
Ever.
Ever. I've done it before, so if that makes you feel better.
Yeah.
Ever.
That's why we know not to do it.
Yes, we have learned through our,
I don't
struggles.
think I've specifically done that, but yeah. Fast forward to today. I'm in a new, healthy, and mature relationship with a girl I'm head over heels for, and she's head over heels for me.
All right,
And then on
what's the
Sunday
problem?
around 5 a.m., I get a text from the ex, which reads, "I miss you."
Nope. Too late. Sorry.
I promptly showed my girlfriend, laughed, and deleted it. Not sure why I want to make. Oh, this isn't even advice. Not sure I want to make this post. I think it's part of me wanting to gloat and don't really have any results to do it. It's a part of me that wants to show others that are lost when it comes to losing someone special that the actual special someone might be right around the corner. Oh, that's good advice right there. Yeah, I'm like, man,
true.
where's the advice in this?
I
It was
know,
literally just like wanted to gloat.
Yeah,
Word. See that right there, that's the thing. Like just because you think something is like the be all and end all of the world.
What do you mean, like a person? Like a relationship?
Yeah, the person. Like there's like a line in a song that I like and it's called "You Weren't the First or the Last or the Worst." So it's like just because
damn.
Yeah, so it's all like you ain't gonna be the last person I dated, you weren't the first person I dated, and you definitely aren't gonna be the worst person. So like I can move on.
Well,
just
on the
fine.
flip side of that, I think personally for me, every person that I date, I intend for them to be the last person I date, right?
Yeah,
so
for
when
sure.
it does end, it is shitty. It is sad, and you do momentarily think that you will never find that same feeling. But trust me, like
you will find it.
Every relationship that I've had offered me a unique feeling. And every relationship I had, I felt like was like pretty much better than the last one.
Yeah, I feel like I learned.
And you kind of
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's why like I don't know. Well, I think you have a similar situation. Like my first girlfriend was the hardest to get off of because I thought at that time, because I was so inexperienced that there was no way I'll ever. Yeah, I was young. It was hormonal. I was like so young. I was in high school.
Yeah.
I thought that I would never in a million years find another person that could make me feel even close.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
that's
I met someone who made me feel better.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
It's weird how it works. But yeah, I think it's really common for that I miss you text. I don't think it's a good text to send or receive though.
No, it's not. Just leave it.
It's a no bueno.
That's a no bueno all around.
Been there, done that too.
Yeah. I don't usually do that. No, I don't think I've ever done that.
You've never had a once my flame, twice my burn person?
There was somebody that I ended up dating a second time, but I don't them with the I miss yous or anything.
You don't. You're
Like
thinking out. You don't what?
I've ended up dating somebody after breaking up with them originally, but I didn't go at them with like the I miss you texts or anything. It just
Oh
kind of like
yeah.
organically happened.
No, same. It was more just like I've done it one time before, and it
And then
was
it
like, "Hey, what you
ended
up to?"
just the same. So like,
Yes, it was like deja vu, but worse because now you had to do it
yeah,
again.
yeah, exactly. And then they
Yup.
freak out.
Yup. Well,
And then they're like,
I
ah,
freaked out. And then it's like,
you
ah,
freaked
and
out.
then it's,
It's
ah,
fine.
it's
That's
fine.
fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Dude, I like how like Jedi says it's fine when it's like not. She's like, that's fine.
It's fine. Well, no, like I was the one who ended it, and it was
And you were
like,
like, it's
yeah,
fine.
we still just can't talk about anything, and you're still kind of a little immature about
Same
this, and a little
problems.
so same problems, you know.
I think a lot of time needs
Yeah.
to pass if you're gonna date someone twice.
Yeah.
A
Oh,
lot
for
of
sure.
time.
Yeah. This was only like a few months, so it was like definitely not anywhere near long enough.
Yeah.
But like I do believe that you can date somebody you've already dated as long as like it wasn't like this completely unhealthy shit show of a relationship. It was just kind of like there was just a couple disagreements
Maybe
or
it was
things just
like
didn't work out at that
timing.
time.
Yeah.
Timing sometimes, but then like later on down the road, it's like that little problem they had, they've freaking sorted it and like things are just better now and you're on the same track and same path.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah.
I agree.
Agreed.
I think the best course of action is to never get in a relationship, and that is my new thing. F Tinder, F Whole Foods, F everybody. I'll see you fudging later, ladies. I think.
Alternatively, you could just date people and it'll be okay. Alternatively.
I'll think
Actually,
about it.
you can't quit the ladies. You know you can't quit the
I'll
ladies.
consider it, bro. I'll consider it.
You can't quit the ladies. I know you can't.
They can't quit me, Jedi. That's the problem.
That's so true, Ashley.
just
It's
kidding.
definitely true.
That's just kidding. But
Yeah, it's fine.
I fucking love you, bro. I miss doing
me
this.
too.
We're gonna do it
I
every
know.
Monday, probably.
Hell yeah.
And it's gonna be sick.
Monday or Tuesday, you know.
Monday
it
or
works.
Tuesday. Oh shit, it's Tuesday.
Yeah, it's Tuesday.
Why didn't we do it yesterday?
Because you didn't sleep yesterday. You were like, I haven't slept yet. And I was like, hey, how about tomorrow? And you're like, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Same time. Sounds good.
Yo.
Yeah. That's the funniest part about this. We've just been like, every Monday. And I'm like, this is not going up on Tuesday. So it's just,
Fuck.
yeah. No, it's fine.
My B, dude. But
No, it's cool.
yeah, we'll be. But basically, what I'm trying to say is we're gonna get the ball rolling on this bitch. And we appreciate you guys watching, listening. I
Hell
think
yeah.
one of our next episodes should be live. Think about
Yeah.
it. Consider it. Maybe
Consider
a Monday
it.
evening.
I'm down. Yeah, I'm down.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Very cool. Sounds good.
Very cool.
Maybe we'll take live advice from
Yeah,
Twitch.
I'm totally down.
You know
Live
the funny
advice.
thing about Twitch chat is like Twitch chat, they're experts themselves in literally everything. I don't know if you guys know
Yeah.
this, but Twitch chat
Yeah.
is literally full of experts on everything. Medical advice, relationship advice, money advice.
Yeah.
Everything is in Twitch chat. So it will be nice to try to battle them.
Yeah, real quick, completely unrelated. Don't believe anybody who tells you you don't need to submit donations to the IRS, the CRA, or whatever tax agency you do until it goes over $20,000. That is not true.
That is not true.
PayPal only has to report activity on your account if it exceeds 200 individual transactions, which, buddy, that comes fast, or $20,000. That's PayPal reporting. You still got to report, because if the IRS is like, why is all this money randomly popping up in this person's account? They gonna assume drugs first.
Yep.
So you got to report that shit. So don't listen to the idiots on the internet that think they're tax experts.
Do not listen. Do your own research on
Do your own research, because it's going to be different by state. It's going to be different by country.
Exactly.
Like, figure your shit out. Also, don't listen to H&R Block sometimes, because H&R Block will tell you not to tell anybody that you make money on the internet. So don't go to them.
You personally had that happen to you, right?
I did not personally, but that's like a bunch of other people did. When I was like, should I go to like, is there any way I can contact H&R Block to see if they have experts on this? And people were like, no, man, like they literally tell you not to tell anybody about your online income. And it's like, they don't realize how much the online income can
be. Like you sell something on eBay, it's no big deal. But if you're getting lots of money
consistent revenue
repeatedly,
from that.
you're gonna
Yeah,
be in
like
big trouble. Everything is taxable, bro. That's why they have the
yeah.
saying death in
So
taxes.
also separate your PayPals if you have a personal and you have a business. Separate them, because if somebody just randomly decides to send you like $100 as a gift and that's all in that same account that's getting all your donations, they're gonna look at that and be like, "What's that $100?" I know it sounds minimal, but like
Adds up.
it adds up. Be smart. But yeah, that's what I said. Don't listen to the people that try to say that you don't have to report the money. There are certain states that are like, if you don't exceed a certain amount of income, you don't have to file taxes. But keep in mind that that's all your income put together. So if you have a part-time job and you do stuff online, it's not like it only has to exceed it in that area. That's all of your gross income combined. So every little amount of money you make, if it exceeds that total, you have to report it. Like,
Yup,
be
and you
smart.
gotta pay on it and
Be smart. Be smart out there. Also,
do your
look into your
research.
write-offs. Yeah, do your research. Go to an actual accountant if you need to, but like, do
Yeah,
not
I
listen
had
to the people
to.
online that say that you don't need to report your money,
I was
because you're
doing
all gonna get fucked.
before I got fucked. I learned the hard way. Now I have it all set nicely. I got it all funneling
Mhm.
through the right areas and
Mhm.
doing I'm a licensed business, so
There you go.
sup.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to make yourself a business. That's another thing. You can just say that you're like an independent contractor or something, but obviously at a certain point it would
You
make
get
sense to
you get in trust me when I say I have saved so much money. Trust me. That was very Trumpy what I just did. Trust
trust.
me. I know what I'm doing.
I know what I'm
Trust
doing.
trust me.
Trust.
Dude, I'm looking
Yeah.
like a little tan too. I might be like fucking around with my Trump look right now. Little chubby, little tan, little. Okay,
Totally.
we gotta end the podcast because I
We gotta end the
literally need to
podcast.
know what that question was that you wouldn't
Oh
ask.
yeah. Word.
Sorry, ask us in our stream chat about it.
Yeah, I'll say it in the stream chat. It's just like it's one of these things, one of those turn into a toxic YouTube comment
Oh
section.
my
So
god, dang! Amanda, I want to know. Okay,
yeah, I'll tell you.
all
All
right.
right.
Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Leave a like on the video. You can listen to the podcast on SoundCloud and iTunes.
Word.
It is available on
Word.
both. If you want to listen to it on your drive, the way to work, download it on iTunes or whatever.
Follow me on all my social medias.
Amanda the Jedi on all
Yeah,
social
on
medias.
everything. Yep.
Follow
Yep.
me on everything in the description because it's all down there. And yeah,
Yeah.
YouTube MiDNiTE, Twitch Optic MiDNiTE, Twitter Optic MiDNiTE. Hit me up. I'm verified. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. Catch ya. Peace out. Girl
Later.
Scouts. Bye.